How you doing, guys? We have an '06 Porsche Cayenne. As you can see, the window is down about 2 inches. The motor is good, but the actuator is bad, you know, the wiring. So we're gonna go ahead and change it. To remove this door, we have to remove quite a few things. One is this base thing. I believe it's this. Yeah, I like to use my hand first, so that way I don't damage. Try not to damage it. And if you can, well, you can use a tool. The second thing we have to remove is this thing right here on the bottom. Also, I like to use my hand, so that way we don't damage it again. You can apply it with your hand, believe it or not. For the camera, I don't know if what's going on. And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's all we have to remove. We're gonna start by taking these bolts right here, this one, this one, this one, and this one right here. So I'm gonna bring the appropriate tool and start removing it. The tool to use is a Torx 27. And we're gonna remove them, all the bolts. They're not too tight. So here goes one. Here goes the second one. Third one. Here goes the third one. And the fourth one that it's already out. It's down there. I don't know what happened there. And if I'm not mistaken, it's ready for the door to be removed. All we have to do is just push it out, just like that. See how it easy? See, that bolt came out. That means the pins, they were not set there too good. So we're ready to pull the door up and bring the door up and remove it from position. It has this tape that we need to remove. We put this tape because of the window, but I gotta remove it. To get the door out, we have to take this little triangle out. You push it out with your hands too. I don't like to use tools, and the door should. You gotta bring it up. Up, just like that. There you go. Now we got the door out. Now we're gonna have to start making the disconnections. We have to disconnect everything there. You see? Gotta disconnect everything. And the first thing we're gonna disconnect is the door. All we have to do is like this, bring it up, and just like that. And the door handle is disconnected. Now the electrical. So this little light, it just pops out. Okay. And let me see this. What is this? All right. Okay. Well, we're gonna disconnect the whole tingly from here, so that way we get all that. Yeah, see, we got everything out, so we don't have to disconnect anything else. Okay, we got the whole door out. Okay, now, okay, now you see all those bolts that we have all the way around the panel. We have to remove it. I'm gonna remove all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 bolts, and we're gonna go ahead and remove it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna remove all, and I'll see you shortly. All right. For this door, since we have to take the whole door out to remove the to change the actuator, so we have to remove this little cover right here. That's one. We also have to remove this little cover right here. That's 2, because we got some bolts that we got removed from here, and I believe they're T30s, if I'm not mistaken. They're T30s. Also, we have to, yeah, we got another T30 right here, and I'm not quite sure if we have a T30 right here down. We have to remove, or most likely we do. With a screwdriver and remove that one too, but I'm not quite, I don't remember, but I'm gonna go and get it. Okay, I said that it was a T30, but I lied to you. It's actually a T45, and we're gonna go ahead and remove it. T45. And we got those 2 right here. And here you gotta be very careful because they might fall. So you gotta be extra careful when you take them off. To be able to get this bolt, first you gotta do it by hand. Once you get the bolt, then you loosen it. Once you loosen it, I will suggest you to do it all by hand. I'm gonna try to do it all by hand, and I'm gonna try to take the bolt out by hand, so that way it don't fall. Just like that. Same thing on the bottom. Exactly the same thing. Just try to do it by hand. I mean, first, put it by hand. Loosen it with the ratchet. Once you loosen it by the ratchet, take it off by hand. Okay. All right. You can see how the doors start getting very loose. See that? I think we got one more. Well, I know in fact we have to lose the actuator, so how we can get that thing off, completely off. The actuator. I don't remember if we have to remove the one on the bottom, but we're gonna take it off just in case. We have to remove this little cover. Right here too. That's gonna be to remove the handle. That has to be removed. That's one of the hardest part to be removed. I wish we can change that thing from here, but we cannot. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the bottom bolt. We're almost there as far as removing some stuff. We're getting there. You can see how the door is almost completely loose. It moves all the way. To continue with this, we have to remove these two bolts that holds the actuator. This uses a special bolt, torque. It doesn't, I use a T40 and it did work, but you gotta be very careful. You gotta do it slowly, because so T40. And we're pretty much done to remove the door. Okay, we're also gonna lose this deal right here. Gotta get that out. Set screw out of the way. That's going to be holding something. Okay. So pretty much we should be able to remove the okay, yeah, this thing's coming off. So it came out, and that hold this thing inside. And that's just to see the cable, it's right there. That's to connect the cable. That's gonna be the hardest part, to connect and disconnect the cable from there. So now that we got everything out, we should be able to push the door out. Out of here. And out of the the whole door came out just like that. I'm gonna disconnect the wiring from here. It's a must. We got to. Once we disconnect this wiring right here, we have to kind of push it through here, so that way we can kind of move this out of the way and you know, and get that thing out, the door out of here. Another thing that we have is that we gotta move the wire out from the door. That's mainly the main hassle. I don't know if the camera captured it, but it's the wiring that it holds the handle. Is that wire? Wow, camera doesn't focus. See that wire? We gotta move it so that way we can. Okay guys, so the problem with these doors, with these Porsche doors, I don't know if it with all of them, is that these things, or these guys, they like to rivet everything. It's got rivets in here and rivets on the top. But the problem is that this, it's a big old square in here, a big square. So the problem is that on the other side, we got rivets all the way. Let me show you. It's got rivets. So to be able to get to the other side to remove the rivets, we gotta remove all those rivets. Unfortunately, that's not good. That's not good at all. So yeah. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna start removing all those rivets just to get to that part. So let's remove the rivets. But yeah, I'm gonna remove all those 4 rivets. Now you have to turn the door aside. You're gonna have to peel this off. Once you take all these rivets out, you have to turn the door, and right in here there is another rivet, small but another rivet, and the same thing, man. We're gonna have to take it off. And I wish there would be another way, but an easier way, but it's not. This is a hard way to do it, man. So this rivet is out. You see how the door can start like coming off, peeling off from the whole door. And you're gonna have to turn it around on the other side, and there is probably gonna be another rivet on the other side. Rivets all the way. So I'm gonna peel this gasket off, and here's the other rivet. Then we have to knock it down. So now we can separate the metal part of the door from the second part. See that? With one exception, that we have to remove the motor. Okay. Or should I say that we have to remove that? Let's see. Okay guys, so we're gonna have to remove the motor, so that way we can remove the back of the elevator, the door elevator. Guys, this is not an easy task, guys. These guys, they really wanted to make so hard. And it's got 3 bolts to remove the motor. But that's about the only way that it can be done. Okay, so we got that out, and as you can see, now that can be removed. All right, let's check it out for the other side. Now we can separate this. It should be able to pop out. It just broke off really bad. So now we should be able to separate this thing. So, as mentioned before, it has rivets, bottom and top. So, I got all the doors separated now. Man, these guys, they really messed up in here. Anyway, well, they didn't mess up, but they make it really hard. So we gotta remove the rivets, guys, from. That one, it didn't break it, so I'm gonna have to use a little thicker, drill bit. First use a small one, then a thicker one, so that way you can knock the hole. And this guys. Anyway, the whole point is to drill it. It's already coming off until it comes off. Okay, so I was able to get one out of the way. I'm going for the second one, which is this one. And of course I'm gonna use bolts. I'm not gonna use rivets. So now that we have the two rivets in the bottom out, now we have to get the ones on top. All right, and I just wanted you to remember how this thing goes. It's kind of like a cross thing. So that way we can put the other one back like the way it's supposed to be. So now, well, we have to get the window out, roll down the window, or get it out, so that way we can get the top rivets out. Alright, guys, when I try to remove the window, you know, when I try to slide it down, my idea was just to slide it down, but the whole window just came off, so that's even better. The heck, this is ridiculous, man. Seriously. So this is, I want you to take a look at it. This is a piece of metal, is a bar, and well, it's rivet. It has a rivet, but it doesn't have a hole on the other side. I'm gonna put bolts, so I'm gonna have to make a hole in here and put a bolt that it goes to the other side. I don't want to put a rivet in here. I don't know if the rivet that I'm gonna put is gonna hold it properly or not. That's why I want to put a bolt. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But so it's time for me to remove the one on top. Remove those top so what I'm gonna have to do, once I remove these rivets, I'm gonna have to make a hole all the way through, so that way I can put bolts on the other side. And I'm gonna have to decide which bolts are. Probably some stainless steel ones. With obviously with and there goes my drill bit. My drill bit, it broke. It's kind of strange. These rivets, I thought they were aluminum. So I don't think there is aluminum at all. Because they're really hard to remove. I've been having a hard time trying to remove it. See, the problem that I'm having is as I'm trying to remove it, the rivet turns at the same time. Okay, so I got that rivet out. So now you see what I'm talking about. Okay, so see, so it has a bar and it doesn't go all the way, so I'm gonna make a hole on the other side so that way I can put the bolt through the other side, stick it out. Now I gotta take the other side. Okay, so let me get the other side and I'll come back to you. Okay, so I got this other one too, so now I can get this thing out of the way. All right. Serious, man, these guys, they made it so difficult. They made it so that way you weren't able to do it. Now I'm gonna make a hole in this T, so I'm gonna go through there and I'm gonna show you why. Here goes one, and here goes the other one. All right, got that. Now on the other side, I'm gonna make a much bigger hole so that way I can put the bolt through there. I don't want to make the bolt, I don't want the head of the bolt to be sticking right here because it's gonna interfere with these face. So I want the bolt inside. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. So on this side of the door, I'm gonna make the bigger hole. Like I say, at least 2764. That's the one that I grabbed, and that was the first. But then I'm gonna make it so that way I can put the bolt through there. All right, here and right there. So I'm gonna make the hole bigger. Okay, I'll come back to you once I finish with it. Okay, so this is what I got for what I'm gonna be using to hold that elevator secure to the window. Okay, and I got 10/32 stainless steel bolts with stainless steel split washers or lock washers. I also got some flat washers, number 10, and of course the 10/32 nuts. This is what I'm gonna be using to hold it in place. Okay, so this is how it's gonna work. Through the bottom, I'm gonna stick the bolt like that, and the same thing on the other side. Am I gonna be able to put a, I don't know if a washer is gonna fit in there or not. I'm gonna try to. Yeah, so the washer is a little bit too big for this, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw the bolt through the bottom. And I'm gonna put it right on the side for now. I'm gonna put it on both sides. Let's put another one. There you go. Okay. I put it kind of like on the side, and I'm gonna bring these elevators down. I'm just gonna put it right here. And I'm gonna stick it through. Well, it filled out, so here it goes again. Oh my God. Okay. So here it goes again. Through the hole and here. It's really hard because I'm using both hands. One for the camera and one for. Got it. Okay. This is what I wanted to do. See? All right. So. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a washer. Okay. So now I'm going to put a number 10 washer. And then a lock washer. And the nut. So yeah, so I'm gonna put the lock washer and the nut. And obviously when we finish doing all that, we're gonna have to cut that down. I'm gonna have to cut it so that way the window won't touch that nut, hopefully. All right. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do. All right. So it's a number 10 washer, number 10 washer, lock washer, and the nut. And I'm gonna tighten that thing up a lot, and that's what we're gonna do. All right. This is the top. For the bottom, we are using a number 10 washer for the bottom. And then we're gonna stick it through there. Right, just like that. And then another number 10 washer. Another 10 washer. And then one lock washer. Gotta pull it out. And one lock washer. And then our nut. And then the nut. All right. And well, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Exactly the same thing. All right, for the other side. Okay, guys. Before I tighten this thing pretty good, I'm gonna put a little drop of red Loctite into each of the bolts, so that way this thing it will not go. It's not gonna go nowhere. Okay. And then I'm gonna proceed by tightening it really good, and I'm gonna obviously put the screwdriver through the back. And my screwdriver. Sí, pásale. The screwdriver, this one is too fat. I'm gonna get a smaller one. Okay, guys. Before I tighten this thing pretty good, I'm gonna put a little drop of red Loctite into each of the bolts, so that way this thing will not go. It's not gonna go nowhere. Okay. And then I'm gonna proceed by tightening it really good, and I'm gonna obviously put the screwdriver through the back. And my screwdriver. Sí, pásale. The screwdriver, this one is too fat. I'm gonna get a smaller one. So I'm gonna get the screwdriver through the hole. I'm gonna secure it, and obviously I'm gonna tighten it with the pliers. So I went and go ahead and tighten them up, and that's what I'm gonna do with all four of them. Put a drop of red Loctite and tighten them up, okay? And then I'm gonna come back with you whenever I got everything ready, so that way we can continue on with the installation. Okay, guys, so I already got, they're already tight with the red Loctite. They got the lock washer. I don't think it's gonna go nowhere. Now I'm gonna cut it off right here, hoping that the window doesn't touch the metal in here. If it does, I'm gonna have to go to a different route. I'm just hoping that the window it's bent and go a little bit beyond that. So I'm gonna find out once I put the window. If it does touch the window, I'm gonna have to change the bolts and get the flat head bolts and turn it around and do it the opposite size. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna cut the bolts out and go from there. And as you can see, I cut the bolt as close as possible to the nut. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one and all four of them. Okay. Careful not to damage any of the plastic or anything like that. Now I'm gonna cut the bottom ones. Okay, so before proceeding with the next step, which is to put the window on the frame, I'm gonna clean the window really good because I got the tape, and it's better to clean it right now because otherwise you won't be able to clean this stuff when it's on there. So it's better if you clean it right now and get all the gum and all that stuff that it's on there right now. So I'm gonna clean it really good, and then I come back to you so we can continue on. All right, it's gonna take me probably about a half an hour to get all this stuff out and clean the window really good. Okay guys, so I got everything done as far as putting the elevators on. This thing seems to be a little bit odd. I don't know if that's the way it is, but it probably is. Hopefully that's the way it is. So it's time for me to stick the window on the channels. Let's start from the bottom. To continue on, or perhaps I'm gonna bring them all the way to the bottom. Let's see. Yeah, I brought them all the way to the bottom, so that way they're not on the way, and I can stick them. You know. See. Once they're on the way to the bottom, now I'm gonna put them right there, and this window goes there. Kind of like in an angle. It's kind of weird, but that's the way it goes. This thing kind of goes like in an angle. Once it's set inside, see there, we got it inside. See that? We got it inside, and it's on track. And wow, is it touching the window? I don't think it's touching the window. I'll figure it out. But I don't think it's touching the window. I'll see. Okay, so we have to put the corresponding bolts that it goes in here. Ouch. This one, it makes its own threads. That's why it's kind of. I don't think this thing goes completely tight. It needs to have these little gaps so that way you can move. That's why, if it's not completely tight. And we're gonna do the other side. See, and this is how I find out that it's not completely tight, if this thing is moving. And what I do is just I tighten them up all the way. And I got it. I got those bolts. Alright. So we got so far the window, and we got the elevator. The bolts, they made it safely. It doesn't touch the window. I already proved it. So this is coming out. It's coming out good, guys. Okay, so now that we got the window, the bolts and everything, we're gonna get the rest of the stuff. As you can see, if we put this bar, center it with the back of the metal door, it fits right on. That's where it's gonna go. You know, it's gonna fit, so that way we can put the rest of the elevator or the actuator, or whatever it's called, so that way we can go ahead and install it. I'm gonna have to go through the bottom and put the motor with the bolts. He uses this 225 bolts that I'm gonna be putting. Let me see if I can get to the bottom and install it while the door is there. See, Probably gonna have to turn it around so that way I can get a better view, or move the motor. These things, they go inside these slots. They go inside the slot. And besides, this thing is a little bit dirty. I have to clean it out really good. And I think this is in good condition. Yeah, it is in good condition. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it around. It'll be a lot better. Alright, so we got that part from the other side. So all we have to do is match the holes. Stick it on it and put the bolts on it. And well, we're gonna get the and all the bolts. There you go. So you're gonna tighten them up until it gets tight. Don't try to leave it loose. Now remember, you're dealing with plastic also, so try to measure your strength and the strength of the plastic. So kind of go easy there. So now we got the motor. And we're kind of getting there. Gotta put everything back together. The rivets and all that stuff. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna match the holes in here, the ones on top, and I'm gonna start putting the rivets. Yeah. And what I'm gonna try to do is match the holes so that way the holes on the side, because the hole on the side, it uses a much smaller rivet. Okay. A much smaller rivet, so I'm gonna try to match those holes pretty good, so that way the rivets on the side right here, will match it. So I'm gonna be very careful to match the holes in here and put the corresponding rivets. Holes are too big. Oh, I'm gonna see if it works. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna work, the rivets that I brought. Not. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. I bought these big rivets, but in mine I'm gonna need some washers. I don't know. it might need some washes on the other side. Wow. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm gonna try. So that's how I'm gonna put the rivet. I have this rivet thing, and oh man, can't do it with both hands. Okay, I hope the machine capture it. See how the thing, it didn't work too good. Yeah, this thing didn't work too good. These holes are too big. The ones on the end. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna make new holes, so that way I can put new rivets. Because these holes are too big, exaggerated big. I don't know why they made it so big. I probably did made it bigger with when I try to take it out with the drill bit. Kind of stupid on that. So this is where I'm gonna be making the hole, right in here, right next to the big one. Hell. Okay, for the side of the door, remember this is the side door. I gotta turn not upside down, on the side. I had to get a smaller rivet because the hole is a lot smaller. So I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna try to do it. Yeah. And this one you have to do it quite a few times until you get it right. It didn't came out too good. Yeah, I didn't like it, so I'm probably gonna have to redo it. Probably gonna have to put one of the thickest one, and I have to take it off. I didn't like it, so I'm gonna redo it. So I'm gonna have to make the hole bigger. That's what I hate the most. All right. Now, one of the thick rivets should fit in there. Yeah. It's really hard to do it with one hand. Oh gosh. Sorry about the camera, but I got the rivet. It's in there. Don't like it, but it's in there. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Exactly the same thing. I'm gonna put that rivet. It's just to hold it in place. And we have completed the installation of the well, basically the whole door, or the installation of the window, the elevator, and everything. All we have to do is put the gasket back on the way it's supposed to be, and we're ready. We're going to be ready to install the door back on to the vehicle. Okay, so basically we got this thing. Basically we got it on. Got all the rivets and everything. All right, let's get it on. Okay guys, the gasket right here in the corner. All we have to do is push it right in the corner, just like that. Take and right here, all you have to see, all you have to do is push it, just like I'm doing it, just like that, so that way you can get all the way in the grooves, just like that, and it gets inside. Let's see. Once you push it inside, it doesn't come out. Alright. So I'm going to turn it all the way around. And I'm going to... And only missing these corners right here. You gotta push it. Okay, so putting the door in here is a little bit tricky, because it's gotta go in an angle. It's gotta go like an angle, and that part, the actuator, has to go inside, but not this part. Once we got the actuator inside, we have to connect the cable for the door, the one that's gonna open the door. So we're gonna try to connect the door, and then we have to pass the cables through that hole over there, and it's really tricky, guys. It's a little bit hard, and so here it is. I'm gonna try to put it on. So right now, it still has to come out, come in a little bit more. My God. I got space enough just enough to put my hand in there. And try to connect the cable. The actuator. This is what I'm telling you, that it's kind of hard to do. Okay, so guys, look, this is the only way I was able to put out. I wasn't able to record it, but this is the only way I was able to put the little cable, that little small cable that is kind of hard to record. It's inside. With these long pliers, I was able to hold it, and then with another needle pliers, I was able just to hook it up inside the hook and put it in place. That's the cable. I don't know, damn camera won't catch it, but it's inside already, and that's where I wanted it. Inside, the cable is hooked up to the actuator where it needs to go. Now it's just a matter of putting the door in place, and which is still hard, it's not easy still. Before I can go on, I need to put the wiring through the holes. Okay, see that wiring? Well, I had to drive that wiring through the hole and make it come out through there. The whole thing needs to come out before I can put everything back on. I hope the camera is capturing it. So I think I got everything. Then I can continue on. And it's still not easy. It's still hard to put it back on. To fit the door perfectly, we still got to play around so that way we can match the door the way it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna play a little bit longer. something that it's not living here. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think I got it. So after playing around for a while, I had to push the door kind of towards that side because the frame wasn't going in. It was getting stuck. So I had to push the door that way and it just went in. And well, now the door is in. The door is in right now, as you can see. Right? It's completely in. So I guess I'm gonna start off with the bolts for the actuator, the door actuator, which is this two, because this thing is hanging and I don't like the thing to be hanging. So that's where I'm gonna start off with. Now remember that this door actuator is holding by these two weird. It's not a Torx wrench. It uses like a different type of bolt. So I had to take it off with pliers because I didn't have that special tool. So what you have to do is you have to match the holes and put the bolts together. And I can't see the holes. There's one right there. So I got one. And I'm just gonna put the other one. Kind of have to play with it, like I said, with your finger. Try to bring it a little bit towards you so that you can find the appropriate. And then well, that will align itself, and then you can put it on. So this is the first we're gonna start off with. All right, and then we're gonna line all the door bolts, and we're gonna start putting all the door bolts all together. Remember when we use a T-pick to put all the door bolts? And we're just gonna put them all. All the way around. Here goes another one right here. And we're gonna go all the way around, okay guys? And there's no reason for me to show you all the bolts. So I'll come back whenever I finish putting all the bolts. Okay. So now we're gonna put the mirror. We're gonna stick the wires through there. We're gonna match the mirror with it. The snap holes has got some It's got a pin right there. I don't know if that pin is still good. There you go. It's snapped, but I don't think it's any good. Yeah, it is holding a little bit, that pin. Alright, so now we're gonna come through the other side, and we're gonna attach the 3 bolts that are holding the mirrors, which, if I'm not mistaken, bummer. Let's see what's wrong there. That's not it. Is it this one? I don't remember what are the bolts. To be honest, I think it's this one. So I got one. I got 2. And 3. All right, we're using the same thing, a T30, to tighten these bolts right here. And this one right here. And ready. And well, remember that one of these connections, it goes to here. No, I remember. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it goes to the part of the window motor. Okay. And what else? What else am I missing? I'm missing one more bolt in here. I'm gonna put there you go. There you go. Okay. Okay. I'm missing this little thing right here. I know I put it on there. Okay. So now we have to put this little knob in here. Ouch. That's not, isn't supposed to do that. I don't know why I did it. Why did it come out like that? What the heck? Why is it doing that? Not quite sure, but it's not. Shouldn't. Okay, that's because I have to lose the nut right here. That's why I have to loosen it and then tighten it again. So I took the little screw, set screw. Now I'm gonna put the knob. But she's still doing it. That's weird. Shouldn't be doing that. It's getting so dark in here. But what I had to do is that I had to stick a screwdriver in here, hold it, and then put push the knob in there. Once inside, well, now it's time to put the set screw inside and I'm gonna put the set screw inside. There. All right. Okay, so I got the set screw in there. Now we're gonna put the long screws there. The ones that they're going the sizes is these long screws. See those 4 long screws? Well, ouch. Well, those are the ones that it goes in there. Yep. I need to go and get the correct tool to do this. Okay, so I'm putting one. One in here. And here goes the second one on the bottom, okay? And first, I'm gonna do it by hand. And once I have it by hand, you have to push it a little bit. You do it by hand, and then you do it with the tool. All right. All right. So we got this. Now we gotta do the inside ones. The ones on the inside. There's 2 more on the inside. Here. Those are a little bit harder because they're space, you know. So you got to do it by hand and then with the tool. So you have to calculate. Okay, so I stuck the bolt by hand and I'm kind of playing it. Let's see if I can find the hole. Can't find it. Wow. I'm gonna try the one on top. Damn it. Everything fell on me. Okay guys, so I'm trying the bottom with very limited space, and I'm just gonna guess, guys, where the hole is, and I'm gonna see if I can get lucky. And I think I got it. Yeah. Got lucky. Yeah. Just do it by hand. The best you can. And then obviously with the ratchet. With the ratchet we'll finish the job, okay? Top and bottom. We're right there inside. Somewhere around there. Hope you can see it. But yeah. This little cover, it goes right here. One of the round ones goes right here, right there, and the other round one was on the other side, but I gotta open the door completely to finish the job on the other side, to finish installing the door. And yeah, so I'm gonna keep installing the panel, the door panel, in a little bit. So let's put the rest of the door. We're gonna start off by this connection. It goes right there on the bottom of the window regulator. We're just gonna push it all the way until the orange clip, it clips on. We have this little connection right here that it goes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, where is that go? I need to remember where that one goes. Let me find out. Okay, this red one, it goes on the speaker. The speaker, it was broken already. I didn't broke it. It was broken already. It was probably me. Look at this ring right here. It fell. It's gotta go somewhere, something like that. Let's get it away. And now it's time to connect the door handle. All we gotta do is stick that barrel right there, and then push this, and that's it. This is hooked up. Now we're ready to put the door, which all we gotta do is bring it up like this. I'm gonna bring it up, make sure we got it inside the slot right there. And once you think you have it inside the slot and that you have it inside the pins, you can start pushing it in. And bingo. That's it. We got the door handle. Now we have to test it. We have to test it out to see if it works. Okay, to finish with the installation of the door, well, I was able to open the door completely open, and well, look at the difference of how I was able to put the extension inside. It was much better. Now I'm able to tighten this thing out, and I'm gonna connect all this wiring in here in a minute. We gotta do this top part. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Where is this thing? This little cover, it goes on in here. It's supposed to be one on top also. Okay. We're talking. Now we're gonna push all this wiring really hard. Look, you see how this thing looks right there. See that? I'm gonna push it out. There you go. All you have to do is just push it until it comes out, and we're gonna proceed with the installation of each one of the wirings. So one goes on top, should go till it snaps, and let me see, the flat one goes on the bottom, the thick one goes in the middle. Just like that. Until it snaps, and this one goes in here until it snaps. All right, so we got all the connections ready, and all we have to do is push this thing back inside so that way we can get it there. You go. So we got that out. Now this, for some reason, right, and all I had to do is push it a little bit harder, and that's it. This it's broken, guys. That's the way it was. This is an old Porsche, all right? We're getting there. This little piece of triangle that goes in here. I think I was supposed to put it before the door, but I think we can manage to put it in. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. It's in. It snaps in. See the corner? Got it. I'm gonna see what's going on the bottom. Couple more pins. It's supposed to go in. Yeah, this pin's there. These pins are not going in too good. Might be able to replace them. Might as well right now. I have a kit. Might be able to replace them. Who knows? I'll see. So right now it's a good moment to test it out. All right. Window going down and going up. So we got the window working really good, up and down. All I gotta do is finish putting some pins on the door. I'm gonna put some new pins. I'm gonna order them. I'm gonna put some new pins, and I'm gonna put the rest of the screws, and we're all set. We're all set, guys. All right.